Hi everybody, welcome to All Saints Sunday School channel. Sunday School is back in session and I am Miss Val and I am here today to do a Sunday School lesson for September 17th. And if you were here at our meeting last week, a Sunday School theme this month is friendship. So I'm going to tell you a story of friendship from the Bible. But before we start, I want to play a game with you. We're going to play a matching game. So I'm going to show you something, and I want you to think about something that goes with it. So let's give an example. If I show you this, what is this? Yes, it's salt. So when you hear salt, what word or what item do you think goes with salt? Yep, pepper. Salt and pepper go together, right? That's how we think about them. We think about them together like that. Okay, I'll give you another one. What about this? Who's this? Batman, right. Now when you see Batman, who do you think of that goes with Batman? Right, that's right. You see Robin. Good. So you have Batman and Robin. They go together too. That's how we think about them together. All right, what about if we see peanut butter? What goes with peanut butter? What do we think of? Peanut butter and jelly. That's right. We think of them together like that. Okay, I have one more. All right, you ready? Okay, who's this? Scooby-Doo. That's right. Now, who goes with Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. That's right. We think of them together. They go together like that. Those are matches, those things, those two things that go together like that we always think of as a pair. And that's kind of what our story's about today. It's about a pair of people who go together. So what's so important about these things that go together? For example, let's say we have peanut butter. Now, peanut butter by itself is delicious, right? And jelly by itself is also delicious, but when you put them together, they're even better, right? Together, they make a really yummy sandwich. So, what about Batman? Batman is cool, right? He's fine on his own. He can do lots of things by himself, but if you put Robin together with Batman, they're even better, right? They can do even more things and save even more people and do even more special things to help people. So together, they make a team and they're able to do even better stuff than they can when they're by themselves. So that's what friends are like. Friends, each person in a friendship is important and they're very fine on their own, but when you bring them together, they make something even better. So that's what friendship is all about. So we're going to talk about a friendship in the Bible. The friendship is between two women named Naomi and Ruth. So I'm going to tell you their story. So first of all, there was a place called Moab. And in Moab, there lived a man named Amalek. I'm sorry, it's not, yeah, that's right. It's Elimelech. It's kind of hard to say. Elimelech. And he was married to a woman named Naomi, right? So it was Elimelech and Naomi. And they were married, and they had two kids. They had Killian, and they had Mahlon. All right? There's lots of people in this story. So they had Killian and Mahlon, and that was their kids. Now, Killian and Mahlon, they each got married, okay? So, Killian married a woman named Orpah. Yeah, I thought her name was Oprah, but it's really Orpah. So they got married, and then Mahlon married Ruth, and they got married. So there's lots of people in this family right now, right? Well, unfortunately, Elimelech, he was pretty old, and he passed away. He died. Oh, unfortunately, he died. So that left his wife, Naomi, and and her kids, right? Right, all these people and their wives all together. They all live together in the house. Well, after about 10 years, the two kids, that would be Killian and Malon, they both died as well. Oh, oh. And so that left Naomi and Orpah. Where's her face? Here's Orpah. Let's get her face out. There we go. And Ruth. They were all living together in the same house. Now, the reason that Naomi and Elimelech lived in Moab was that the place where they used to live had gone through a horrible famine and there was no food for them, so they moved to Moab. Well, now that her sons had died and her husband had died, Naomi kind of wanted to go back to where she had lived before. So she told her daughters-in-law, "You guys, I want you guys to go back to your families because you don't need to stay with me anymore since your husbands have died. I'm going to move back to my old house and I want you guys to be happy. I want you to go back and live with your families again." Well, Orpah was like, "Okay, I do. I really love you, Naomi, but I would be happy to go. I would really love to go back and see my family again." So she left. And that left who's left over? There was Naomi and Ruth. I'm going to take their names off now because they're the last two characters in the story, Naomi and Ruth, okay? So they were left, and Ruth said to Naomi, I don't want to leave you. I love you. I want to stay with you. And Naomi was like, no, you should go back to your family. And don't worry about me. Don't worry about me at all. But Ruth said, no, I will not leave you. Wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you stay, I will stay. And your friends will be my friends. And your God will be my God. So Naomi said, okay. So they went back to where Naomi used to live, which was a town called Bethlehem. So they traveled a long way to get back there, but they were together. So you know, when you go on a trip, if you're by yourself, it can get kind of boring. And it was a long trip, and it was a hard trip. So it was really nice that they had each other to take care of each other on that long trip and to talk to each other, and so it wasn't so boring. So that was a really good thing that they were together and they were such good friends on this long trip back to Bethlehem. So when they got to Bethlehem, Ruth, that's this one, she decided that she needed to get a job so that she could make some money to help take care of Naomi, because she wanted to help take care of Naomi because Naomi had always been so nice to her. So she went and she got a job at a farm where she gleaned the fields, which means after all the stuff was picked in the field, people would come through and pick up the remnants, the leftovers, and make sure everything was all picked up, and they got to keep what they found. So what happened was, so she went to work at the farm, and the farm was owned by a person named Boaz, and he really liked Ruth. And so what he would do was he would make sure there was little extra stuff left over in the field so that she would find it and have more food to take home to her house and help take care of Naomi. So that was really nice of him. So, but Boaz was very impressed with Ruth and how Ruth stayed with Naomi and took care of her. And so he said, I know what you have done for Naomi, and I think that is so great, and I just really want to let you know that you will be rewarded, that God will look down on you and reward you for taking such good care of him. And Ruth thanked Boaz, and she continued to do her work in the hot sun on the farm. And then Ruth would take home what she had found in the fields, and she would share it with Naomi. Now, being a good friend takes a lot. It's very hard to be a good friend, right? It's a lot of work, and but these two, Ruth and Naomi, made a good team. And a good friend is loyal. That means that they will stick up for you, and they will have your back, and they will always be with you no matter what happens. Even if you do something they don't like, they will talk to you about it and ask you why, but they won't give up on you, and they won't turn their back on you and leave you alone. That's what good friends do. And sometimes, everybody makes mistakes, and friends aren't perfect. I'm sure you have friends that you've gotten mad at for some reason or another, maybe, and were mad at them and called them a name. But does that mean you're not friends anymore? No, but usually you need to apologize if you call somebody a name or are mean to them. And so sometimes if you're good friends, you can get through that together and still be friends. So that's that's why God gives us friends. He gives us friends and we should treat those friends like gifts from God, that God put them there for us to be our friend. And just like Naomi and Ruth, God made sure that they were together, and that they were able to take care of each other during the long trip from Moab to Bethlehem, and then when they got to Bethlehem, so that they were able to stay and have a nice life in Bethlehem. And they had each other for company and take care of each other, and that's what God wants us all to do with each other. And so he gives us friends to help us through life. And that's the story of Ruth and Naomi. Now, remember, we're going to talk about friendship all month. So make sure you watch the craft video that Miss Jessica put up for you for a craft that goes with this. And for those of you who picked up your craft kits at church, there should be instructions and supplies in your bag to make the craft. And I believe it is the friendship flower craft this time. So I hope that you really enjoy your craft, and I hope you enjoyed the story of Ruth and Naomi. And don't forget that good friends always make a great team, like peanut butter and jelly. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.